Hey Fabian, this is the group version, but when you first log in now, when you first go to the site, you're going to see a login page. I got a couple things left to do so that random people can't log in on the internet. Each user will have a profile and login, but I'm going to set something up to where you can open account creation and close it, or it's going to require a key, so you'd have to either hand out cards in an audience that has the key on it just to keep random people on the internet from logging in. So you can choose your display name, but I've already got a login, so I'm going to choose the login. So it's hang on. Okay, I'm getting logged in here, so I'm going to log in. Now I'm logged in as admin. I'll create you an admin login as well, so when you log in, you'll get like the room codes and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and you can choose group users or just join room. Well, not join room. This would be for the users. So you do group users, and then what you want to do is hit create room. And what this does is it creates the room and it gives the code. So now when Hillary logs in, she would just put the room code into the login and her login information, and it'll take her to this room. Are you ready, Hill?
Yep.
All right, it's JUVZPK.
Say it again.
JUVZPK. She's logging in now, and you'll see that this will become 2 users, so she's logged in. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to name the issue without making it a verdict. And as the steps are, cycled through on the board based on choices, it's going to highlight which one we're on. So the first one is to strip down the issue, or strip the issue down to mechanics. Okay, so, and I'm using ChatGPT to kind of help me because I don't want to sit here and type this out. I've done this like 500 times, trying to get through the development process. So here's my prompt. I'm going to copy that. And so I'm going to paste this in. So this would be the conflict. And then you set the conflict in advanced, and what this does is it shows it to the user, so you can see the problem is now at the top. So during the past 3 weeks, project updates that were expected by Friday were submitted on Monday. Team members reported not receiving status updates before client meetings, and several tasks were reassigned without prior discussion. As a result, there was confusion about responsibilities and project deadlines. So, and this is just a rush run through of kind of the program, so don't focus so much on the content. It's more about making sure the program is working correctly. So now on Hillary's end, she's seeing the vote side. So she has voted, and you can see that vote right here. She voted for circumstance. Now I, as the moderator, can choose to go with circumstance with the majority, or I could go with the minority, or I could go with whichever one I choose. So if I decide to go with what Hillary voted, click advance, it's going to jump to the next vote, and now she can vote. And if you watch her live polling, once she casts that vote, you'll get it. And I might need to put in a total votes tally on here. So if you've got like 35 participants, you'll know when everyone has voted, because it'll say vote submissions 35. So I'll make a note of that to add that to the program. She voted, and she's going with mixed. So then we advance. Now we're to where the moderator has to type in. The audience cannot do this because it would go 50 different directions, and you couldn't stay together as a group. So it says, can the circumstance become a starting point? So I think I've already put this one in. I'm going to look for that one. Can the circumstance, okay, apparently. Can the circumstance become a starting point? So we're going to grab my answer here. And again, I'm just using ChatGPT because I don't feel like typing all of this 500 times. Okay, so now you share it with the audience, and at this point in time, they can see it now, and you discuss it, blah, 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 however long it takes. And then you can, once you've gotten through it, you can advance. And so you advance it, and then it's going to say, well, okay, next step is what are we trying to control based on our choice selection. These will be different based on the choice selection, as you know. So let's go to what are we trying to control box. And let's grab this response, copy, and paste this in. Paste, share with audience. And now you get to talk, blah, 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 and have a discussion, blah, blah, blah. And you can then, again, once you've talked it out, and it's also highlighting each pillar that it's driving us through. And then you advance. And now it's back to a vote. So now the audience votes. Whose script is driving this response? Again, you can choose your own path, the minority path, or the majority path. Hillary voted inherited, so there's the vote tally. And I only have one person in my audience, so we're going to go with inherited script, and we're going to advance. And now there's another vote. And she voted for both, so I'll run with that and advance. But actually, I'm going to deviate from the vote and choose right. So I advance. And then it says, what action belongs to this moment? So I'm going to go back here and see if I've got that in my list of answers here. What action belongs to the moment? Okay, here it is. Let's grab this. And this is step 8. This is the final step. So when I put this in, it's going to generate the report. So I paste my answer in, share it, and show report. So now she sees the answer. We can discuss, blah, blah, blah. Now you get a report window that'll show you the majority path or the minority path or both paths. But because I have one vote, it's not changing really anything. If you had more people, that would change. This is what gets pushed to Delilah. So at this point of the presentation, you if you're in a live audience, you can say, okay, and wrap up and end here. And the way it's designed is the individual users now continue the discussion with Delilah. So let's say that let's choose the minority path and continue discussion with Delilah. Delilah loads in, and now it's passing that prompt on to OpenAI, and a few seconds later, OpenAI gives a response based on the minority report, I believe, and that is, thank you all for your thoughtful contributions so far. Let's begin by comparing the majority and minority paths you surfaced in this conflict tree session. The majority path, in contrast to the minority path, this comparison highlights both important tensions, blah, blah, blah. Before moving to action, I encourage your group to reflect on these questions. How might labeling the issue as a story, 2, 3, 4. So I believe they are going to go through this individually. And then I think you could bring them back after they go through this and discuss everyone's experience. That might be a thing. Maybe we could add a page in that is like a part of this that brings everyone back. That's where I'm still trying to kind of develop this out. So if you ask Delilah to go deeper, and you send that, you're now in a chatbot window just like ChatGPT. This is pulling OpenAI is the LLM generative AI that is powering this, and it's from my account, which is a pro account. So this is where the token usage comes in. So we've run this a little bit. So it says, would you like me to help you draft specific dialogue prompts or structure your next session? So I might need to really, so this is a summary for the moderator. I don't know. I haven't gotten this far, but basically the program's working, and I just have to hash out like the different interaction with the AI now. But the main program is working, and I just wanted to kind of give you an update. I'll keep playing with it and seeing if I can get this to some kind of finality. Again, the authentication I need to update because it's going to have to generate a session key that basically stays until it's forcibly changed, but I'd have to put a timeout on it just to stop people from the internet from randomly logging in. Let me see if I'm trying to see how bad the OpenAI. So I'm going to do OpenAI keys, and it should jump me to my platform keys page. I want to see how much this program is pulling right now. All right. We want to see usage, API key usage, and I want to see that usage by API key. Instacourse is still pretty high. Instacourse. Okay, this is not helping me. Project. I'm trying to see if I'm not. It doesn't look like I'm really accruing anything because I was already at $1. These tokens aren't very much, but you do have to keep a close eye on them. Default project. I'm trying to find where it's the no drama llama thing line item. Let's see what that does. I'm trying to see how much it's using. Dang it, I can't tell. Okay, that's my models, but I need to see. Okay. All right, group by. Let's see. Let's go to API keys and do the no drama. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll figure that out. I'm trying to see how much AI tokens are being used by Delilah. I'll figure that out. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you an update on where this is at. Now, I will say if you go back to the home page and you were to go to the individual user, it's the same. It's untouched. There's probably some updates to be made here. I haven't gotten to the updates from Hillary's notes that you had mentioned. I'm just trying to get both pathways of the program laid out. I also think that once you get to the AI part of this, it's not just going to give you the prompt, it's going to give you Delilah. I think that's going to be a thing. I haven't tested that yet, but yeah, it's just to kind of give you an overview. So I just thought I'd create this short video and give you an update. We'll probably end up having to go through the group one together once it's hashed out and live, so we can make sure there's no bugs. And I guess tell me what you think, but that's the next evolution of Delilah.